I'm Jonathan Clay.
I'm Zach Chance.
And we are
Jamestown Revival.
I think as far as full length goes, it's definitely something that we want to do.
Oh,
I think we're
no
trying
question.
to. It's just a matter of at this point when and how, and we're kind of trying to push this EP, see what kind of feedback, see what kind of response we get, and let it sort of develop organically. See what kind of people get into it, and see what kind of people want to get involved early on, and it's something we're moving towards.
I think it's a lot of writing too. We're trying to compile a lot of songs and really be able to pull from the cream of the crop. We want to have just a stockpile of songs that we can reach into and really have the best album possible. And after that, I feel like musically, every time we write, we kind of discover more about how we want to write and what the direction we're going and things. So it's constantly evolving.
Yeah, I feel like every new song we write is like our new favorite song.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we want to. This is the first like music project I've ever been a part of that's not. I'm not just trying to get 10 songs together for a record. We're writing like all the time, every day, and we're
everything's organic.
It happens really naturally, and it happens more easily than it's ever happened before. And I think because of that, we can kind of let the songs come and pick our very favorites and the songs that really like mean the most to us. So that's kind of what we're doing. And when we did the EP, those were the 4 songs that we felt like best kind of summed us up. But I feel like we've already kind of I can't wait. We've got some new stuff that I can't wait to get out.
I like the direction.
I think our sort of mantra as far as releasing content and media in general is just we're kind of, I don't know, I feel like a lot of artists put out a ton of stuff, and I think that can be a good thing. But I think for us, what we've sort of decided to do is put out less content maybe, but really try to make that the best content possible. And so
and then if you like that and you come to a live show, then you're definitely going to see the new stuff we're working on.
Yeah.
So and who knows, we may write a song one week and play it, and it may never make the next recording, but constantly writing.
And as far as like actual releasing, right now we're just doing iTunes, and I mean we did everything ourselves. We recorded, we played all the instruments, we released it, we did the graphic design, we did everything from the top to the bottom, and
in-house project.
We put it on iTunes and we funded it all, and it's really like it's a hands-on deal.
It's cool because that really is the fruits of your labor when you're that involved in something. So it's been a fun process.
To me, this whole thing has been, Jamestown Revival has been so like revelational, just because every time I've made music in the past, it's always been under like deadlines and constraints and like pressure, and with this it's the exact opposite. Like when we were recording the EP, we recorded I think 7 songs, but a couple of them, they just weren't really shaping up, and we didn't have to rush it, we didn't have to like force it out, we didn't have to put them on, and I think being able to always take our time and being able to experiment freely and keeping as little pressure on ourselves. I don't know, pressure can be good, but within reason, keeping as little pressure on ourselves and just letting it happen. I hate to keep using the word organic, but that really is sort of the summation of how we do things.
Well, what would you say?
I would say I with my solo project, I've realized the importance of everything that you do put out. It really is, I don't know, not taking it haphazardly. Like it really is, you put out music, that music needs to be, I don't know, it needs to be your best foot forward. It's, I don't know, just the importance of like crafting what you give to people, and sort of shaping the best possible like collection of artistic product you can.
I think it's more than I mean, you have to believe in what you're writing. I think if you sit down and you're like, well, I want to write a song about like this sound, then you're chasing something that, unless you really believe in it or experience it, and I think that's where a lot of our songs come from. As we sit down, we get deep. We just kind of say, man, this is heavy, and kind of get into things, and then that's where a song will come from. It's a various number of things, but then when we really talk about that, then the next time you sit down to write a song, it just kind of pours out. It happens, and I think that comes from experiences and doing things like getting out. We love getting kind of in the nature and getting away, escaping from civilization, and unplugging for a little while. So things like that is where everything evolves from, and so it makes it easy to believe in something you're performing or putting out when it truly is just experience.
Yeah, that's like, whereas I think our solo and I think I speak for both of us when I say, like, with my solo project, I was writing songs in order to write songs, in order to have songs. With this, we're going out and just living life and sort of trying to just take as big a bite as possible of what makes us tick, and the songs are really an effect and a byproduct of getting out and just living. And I think that is really like the biggest difference, because I think at the core of it, that's the core, and I think everything else kind of stems from that. And I think if that core is there and it's right, I think it helps everything to sort of, fall into place.
Definitely. I don't know if it's a regret, but I mean, it's kind of like you live and learn. You just any experience is good experience. So I think there's definitely things you look back and you're like, when you're younger, you're gonna be influenced a certain way and you evolve, and as you get older, you start to become more comfortable with who you are, and what you stand for. So I think it's sort of a natural progression, and that's what this has been. Is we grew up together, we've always written together, and so this has kind of just come together very naturally. And so I don't think, who knows, if we'd have tried this 5 years ago, it could have been shit. So
yeah. I don't want to say it's like I don't think we have regrets, but I think it's like there is no school you can go to that teaches you how to make a living with music and how to like define yourself as an artist. And you learn that through experience. And I think, we don't necessarily have regrets, but I think we definitely have things that we've learned from that we want to do differently, and we want to do better this time around. So.
Kind of know where we're at, too. There's no ambiguity.
I think
we know what we stand for.
I think we can see what we're trying to do more clearly this time. Whereas last time, I felt like I was kind of feeling around in the dark, and whatever happened kind of happened, and I was learning as I went. It was kind of trial by fire.
Yeah.
I think we've had to take really hard looks at who we are.
Yeah.
Like examinations.
Yeah.
Like, when you write about something you really give a shit about and you really want to say, you first have to know what you want to say.
People know. People read. I mean, people listen to a song and they can hear it. It's like it comes through. And if it's not real, if it's forced, then they sense that, and it's not. So that's what I've learned is just, unless you're just into it, then people, how are people going to get behind it if you're not truly behind it or unsure about it? And you really have to kind of have that, we are lions mentality, and this is something we're going to take and do it our way. Definitely.
It's weird. I feel like with Jamestown Revival, we're swimming with the current, and I feel like a lot of things are, I mean, I say this cautiously, but they kind of just are happening. Whereas, like, I don't know, I've been trying to get in Rolling Stone magazine for the past 5 years, and Jamestown Revival, was conceived 5 months ago, and here we are, and it's like, I don't know, I feel like we're finally moving with momentum, and so it has been cool. There's been a lot of buzz, and
it's humbling. It really is. It's very humbling to be in it with these other bands and Rolling Stone. That's just such a historical.
It feels damn good.
It feels
I mean,
good.
It's like
good,
some validation. Yeah. It's like, okay,
But
I thought
it's
this
surreal
was right.
almost.
Maybe
I can't,
it is.
when I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is something I'm a part of. So it's really cool. You know, we talked about this the other day, and we got to keep each other in check. I think that's something we do because we know each other. We've known each other for so long, so that helps. And then we have good friends. You know,
We've got an awesome support.
Yeah,
like,
they're not scared to put us
families.
in our place. So
and families as well.
Yeah,
we've got
friends and family, definitely
supportive families, and
I think as long as we keep, you know, as long as we have that, it won't be hard to stay humble, and you know that's sort of our southern upbringing, if you will.
You'll never take the Texas out of us. It's like, you know,
So
it runs through my blood.
doesn't mean we don't we don't bitch about things every now and then though. So
yeah,
we're run down, been in the car for 15
I
hours.
was grumpy
like,
today. Because we hadn't had enough sleep, and I get grumpy when I don't get enough sleep. But as far as humility, I thank God every day that this is going on. I can't believe it.
It's a cool deal.
I can't believe it.